Shalom, 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 Yasharala. This your boy, Brother Samuel, back at you with another edifying video. Right, and today we're going to be talking about, the real life show will begin when Yahawashi returns. Right, so first and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory. Right, I want to say, Kala Yahweh, Ba'ashem Mashiach, Yahawashi, Ba'ashem Kakadash. Right, that's all praises to the Most High God, whose name is Yahweh, and his only begotten Son's name, whose name is Yahawashi, right, and the Holy Spirit. Right, so let's get into it. Right, the real life show will begin when Yahawashi returns. Right, a lot of you so-called Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, y'all want to celebrate this wicked holiday, man. Right, with the light show, the fireworks, and stuff like that. Hey, man, the real life show is gonna come back when Yahawashi comes. Right, so let's get that. Right, this is gonna be a pretty short video. Right, this is the Book of Revelations, chapter 1. And verse number 7. It's the book of Revelation, chapter 1, verse 7. It says, "Behold, he cometh with clouds, and every eye shall see him, and they also which pierced him, and all the kindreds of the earth shall wail because of him. Even so, amen." So when Yahawashi comes back, every eye is gonna see it. It's not gonna be like these little cheap fireworks that they let off and maybe the block might see it. No, man, when your Yahawashi comes back, this light show, you gonna see it. You gonna see it. Right? And how is he coming back? It says, "Behold, he cometh with clouds." Is a Mashiach really coming back on a cloud? No, man. Come on. So, he's coming back. Those clouds represent chariots, right? Which are what a lot of people call the UFOs, right? So when Yahawashi coming back, he coming back, coming back with his true glory. Everybody's gonna see this. Everybody's gonna see this, right? Everybody's gonna see what's going on, right? It's gonna be something like this, right? He's gonna come back with a chariot, something like this, man, like this huge UFO, man. Right, and he's gonna come back with the angels. He's gonna be tearing stuff up. He's gonna be tearing stuff up, man. Right, it's gonna be all go. Right, no rest, all go. Right, so let's get back to that. Right, let's read it again. This is the book of Revelation, chapter 1, verse 7. It says, "Behold, he cometh with clouds, and every eye shall see him, and they also which pierced him, and all the kindreds of the earth shall wail because of him. Even so, amen." Because he's not coming back with kisses and hugs, man. He's coming back for death and destruction. Right? He's coming back to light stuff up. Right? And it says, "And they also which pierced him," right? He that have ears, let him hear. That's talking about the regeneration, man. Those same people who pierced him, right, on the cross. They're going to be back here on this earth, and they're going to have to face that judgment too, man. Right? But let's stay on topic, right? Let's go to the book of Isaiah, right? Let's go to the book of Isaiah. We're going to go to chapter 63, right? And verse number 1. Right, this is the book of Isaiah, chapter 63, and verse 1. It says, "Who is this that cometh from Edom with dyed garments from Basra? This that is glorious in his apparel, traveling in the greatness of his strength. I that speak in righteousness, mighty to save." Right? So when Yahawashi coming back, he's coming back, in glorious apparel, in the greatness of his strength. He's not holding nothing back. Right? He coming back Super Saiyan on y'all, man. He's coming back Super Saiyan on these heathens, man, and the wicked of the earth, man. Right? To render recompense, man, in the day of the Lord. Right? For death and destruction. Right? And he's gonna come back in his great appearance. Right? So it's these movies cannot do justice of what Yahawashi is, how he's gonna return, So you think of all the special effects that you've seen on these movies, right? That's not gonna have nothing, right, on when Yahawashi comes back. When he comes back, it's gonna be glorious. It's going to be glorious in his return, right? When he comes and wrecks house, man, right? And cleans house, basically, right? So let's get that. Let's go, let's keep going. Um, let's go to the book of Titus, right? Go to the book of Titus, chapter 2, verse number 13. It's the book of Titus, chapter 2, verse 13. It says, looking for that blessed hope and the glorious appearing of the great God and Savior, Yahawashi HaMashiach, right? So we're looking for that, man. That's what we're looking for. That's what we hope, and pray that the Lord will have mercy on us, that we'll be able to see this great day when Hamashiach Yahawashi returns, right? But it's gonna be people that's gonna be mourning, man. But we're gonna be joyful in that day. Lord willing, we part of that number. We're gonna be joyful when we see that sky crack, man, and the trumpet blows, right, and the thousands of chariots, right, the Lord of hosts, right, with all his angels coming back, man, and those UFOs, right, or what y'all call UFOs, which are the chariots, man, which the scriptures call like the clouds and the chariots, right, when they come back with those, hey, to wreak havoc on these nations, right, that are at war and that are at war with our people, right, Israel, right, Yasharala. Hey, man, it's gonna be a blessed thing to see that, right? It's gonna be a blessed thing to see that, right? That's what we're looking for, right? Let's go to the book of Isaiah, right? Back to the book of Isaiah, right? And let's go to 66, right? And we'll start at 15. It's the book of Isaiah, chapter 66 and verse 15. It says, for behold, Yahweh Shem Yahushai will come with fire and with his chariots, right? Those chariots we know are the UFOs, man. The so-called UFOs, right? Like a whirlwind, to render his anger with fury and his rebuke with flames of fire. For by fire and by his sword will Yahweh Shem Yahushai plead with all flesh, and the slain of the Lord, the slain of Yahweh Shem Yahushai shall be many. Right? So it's gonna be a lot. It's gonna be a whole lot of death and destruction. Fire. Beyond what you can imagine, man. Right? For all the wicked of this earth, man. Right? For the wicked, the so-called white man, right? And the wicked of our nations, man. Right? It's gonna be a lot of death and destruction. And he's coming back, what he said, with the greatness of his glory, right? The greatness of his strength, right? He's coming back with full power, right? Let's get this. Let's go to the book of 2nd Ezra, right? This is the book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 13, and verse number 2. It says, and lo, there arose a wind from the sea that moved all the waves thereof, right? And behold, and lo, that man waxed strong with thousands of heaven. And when he turned his countenance to look, all the things trembled that were seen under him, right? So when he comes back, man, when the people see him, they're gonna, like it says, they're gonna be wailing. They're gonna be like, oh no, he's coming back, he's here. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna be wailing, right, when they see that. It says, verse 4, and whensoever the voice went out of his mouth, all they burnt that heard his voice, like as the earth faileth when he filleth the fire, right? So in this chariot that he has, hey man, he's gonna be shooting out laser beams. The angel's gonna be shooting out laser beams and be fire shooting out. Hey, it's gonna be all hell breaking loose, right? It says, verse 5, and after this, behold, and after this I beheld, and lo, there was gathered together a multitude of men out of the number from the four winds of the heaven to subdue the men that came out of the sea. But behold, but I beheld, and lo, he had graved himself a great mountain and flew up upon it, right? So that great mountain, right? You know he's not coming on a mountain, right? Yahawashi, right? But he's going to be coming out, right? With like a UFO or a chariot, right? He's going to be coming out with something like that, man. With a big spaceship, man. A big spaceship. You know, Christ is coming back, you know, with the greatness, right? So if you ever seen Independence Day, how he comes, or how the so-called aliens come, right, and they break the atmosphere, and and it's so big that everybody sees it, man, right? That's how Christ is coming back, right? And he calls it a mountain, right? Because that's what Ezra can kind of just make a description of. Like he got a mountain. That's how huge this chariot is gonna be when he comes back, right? So let's keep going. It says, but I read it again. But behold, but I beheld, and lo, he had graved himself a great mountain and flew upon it, right? But I would have seen the reign or place whereof the hill was graven, and I could not. So it was so big he couldn't even kind of see where it ended, you know, where it ended, where it began. It was just that big, right? And after this I beheld, and lo, all they which were gathered together to subdue him were so afraid, yet durst fight. Hey, so they're gonna be afraid when they see Yahawashi coming back, right? But like the Lord put the spirit upon Pharaoh, right, to keep trying to vex the children of Israel, keep following. Hey, that's what he's gonna do to these nations, right? He's gonna get these nations. They're gonna be fighting in the midst of World War III, and they're gonna turn and they're gonna try to fight, right? Yahawashi, the son of God, yo. That's crazy, right? And it says, and lo, as he saw the violence of the multitude that came, he neither lift up his hand, nor held sword, nor any instrument of war. But only I saw that he sent out of his mouth as it was a blast of fire, and out of his lips a flaming breath, and out of his tongue he cast out sparks and tempests, right? Sparks and tempests, right? It's them laser beams that's going to be coming out of this chariot, man, right? He ain't going to be lifting a finger. He ain't going to have to lift the sword up and do all that. Hey, he going to be that UFO, that so-called UFO, hey, it's going to be shooting out laser beams of fire, right? Just zapping people, man. Like it says, he cast out sparks and tempests, right? That's that laser beams getting shoot out, man. And it says, and they were all mixed together, the blast of fire, the flaming breath, and the great tempest, and fell with violence upon the multitude which was prepared to fight, and burnt them up every one, so that upon a sudden of an innumerable multitude nothing was to be perceived, but only dust and the smell of smoke. When I saw this, I was afraid. Hey, so if you see these little alien invasion movies when they zap the people with the lasers and they turn to dust, hey, that's what it's talking about right here. Yahawashi gonna be and the angels are gonna be coming back in their chariots or these so-called UFOs, and they're gonna be zapping them with these lasers and turning these people into dust. The multitude of people that's gonna try to fight against them, man, and it's not gonna be pretty at all, right? And Ezra said, I was afraid, right? That's crazy, right? That's a crazy description, man, but all praises to the Most High, right? So it's going to be, all hell breaking loose, man. When they see it, they're going to be like, what is going on, right? It's going to be laser beams getting shot out, right? It's going to be, just all hell breaking loose, man. Like this right here. It's going to be something, it's just going to be like, they're not going to have a chance, right? It's going to be an unfair fight. Right, and it's already written, so we already know what the outcome is going to be, man. Right, but all praises to the Most High, man. Right, this is for you so-called Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, because you are the Israelites. This is your salvation. This is how your salvation is going to come. Man, all praises to the Most High. By Shema Mashiach Yahawashi, right? By Shema Kakadash, right? So let's get back to it, right? We was talking about those laser beams, right? Let's get another example of that, right? In the scriptures, right? Let's go to that. Let's go to the book of Second Maccabees, right? Chapter 10, and start at verse 29, right? It's the book of Second Maccabees, chapter 10, verse 29. But when the battle waxed strong, there appeared unto the enemies from heaven 5 comely men upon horses with bridles of gold, and 2 of them led the Jews, and took the Maccabees betwixt them, and covered them on every side with their weapons, and kept him safe, but shot arrows of lightning against the enemies, right? So this is right here. They're using their UFOs again, and they're shooting out laser beams, right? But it calls them arrows of lightning against the enemies. So that being confounded with blindness. So what they did was they kind of they covered and surrounded the Maccabees, right, to protect them, right, with the chariots and all that. Hey, and then they just shooting out these laser beams. Hey, man, just destroying them, destroying the heathen, man, destroying our enemies, right? And it says, so that being confounded with blindness and full of trouble, they were killed, and there were slain of footmen 20,000 and 500 and 600 horsemen, right? 20,500 and 600 horsemen, right? That's a lot, right? They was just, and so now you could imagine the whole host of army, the Lord's host, right? The whole army of the heavens coming to fight against the nations. It's not going to be fair, man. Right? But, what our people want to, sit here and celebrate, with the fireworks and, no, that light show it's not going to be anything compared to what we're going to see in this day, man. Lord's will we'll be able to see that, right? And let's see it. And it's going to be, like I say, beyond anything that you've seen, right? Let's get the book of Habakkuk, right? Let's go to let's go to Habakkuk chapter 3. We'll start at verse 3, right? And it says, and God came from Teman, and the Holy One from Mount Paran. His glory covered the heavens, and the earth was full of his praise, and his brightness was as the light. He had horns coming out of his hand, and there was the hiding of his power. Before him went the pestilence, and burning coals went forth at his feet, right? And it went before his feet, right? Those burning coals, man, right? Because it's going to be fire and destruction, right? Even before the day of the Lord, right? I mean, not so like it before, Christ come. It's going to be wars happening, right? World War III is going to be like happening right then, right? When the time that Hamashiach Yahawashi returns, right? Let me get this real quick. It's the book of Luke, right? Chapter 12. And verse 49, it says, the book of Luke, chapter 12, verse 49, I come to send fire on the earth, and what will I if it already be kindled, right? So he came to send fire on the earth, and it says, and what if it already be kindled, right? So there's already going to be war happening on the earth, right? World War III is going to be happening on the earth when Yahawashi returns, right? So, that's kind of what that's going into. Let's go back to the book of Habakkuk, right? Let's see. Let's go to Habakkuk chapter 3. Let's jump to verse 13. It says, Habakkuk chapter 3 and verse 13, thou wentest forth for the salvation of thy people, even the salvation of thine anointed. Thou woundest the head out of the house of the wicked by discovering the foundation unto the neck. Right? Let's jump down to verse 16. Right? And it says, when I heard, my belly trembled, my lips quivered at the voice. Rottenness entered into my bones, and I trembled in myself, that I might rest in the day of trouble. When he cometh up unto the people, he will invade them with his troops. Right? So Habakkuk is like, man, I don't even want to be around. I want to be, at rest when this thing is happening. Right? When he saw like the way how this stuff was coming down, what was going, and the fury and the anger of the Lord, hey, he's like, I trembled in myself, that I might rest in the day of trouble. When he cometh unto the people, he will invade them with his troops. Right? With the armies of the Lord. Right? Let's get so yeah, our people out here celebrating, this wicked holiday, right? 4th of July. They started it off early, right? They trying to see this light show. Hey, the real light show is gonna be when Yahawashi returns, man. When Yahawashi returns, that's gonna put all this to shame, man. All this right here, this little, shooting fireworks and the little poppers and all that little stuff, man. And that's not gonna be anything compared to the day when Yahawashi returns, man. Right? So we got to get out of that, man. We shouldn't be looking forward to this. We should be looking forward to when Yahawashi returns, right? Let's get this real quick. It's the book of Proverbs, right? Chapter 3 and verse 31. It says, envy thou not the oppressor, and choose none of his ways. Right? We shouldn't be choosing this way, man. Right? We shouldn't be choosing the 4th of July. Right? Hell, we were still in captivity. We're still in captivity. Right? We wasn't free, and we're still not free. What are we celebrating? We are still in captivity, right? So we gotta wake up. We gotta wake up. Right? Look for bigger things. Look for Yahawashi returning. Right? Stop looking for these fireworks out here, man. Right? That's just vain, man. Right? But Lord's will, we are part of that number that'll be able to see this stuff, right? Because we know we're living in the last days, right? Let's get this real quick, and I'm going to wrap it up, right? This is the book of Matthew, right? Chapter 24 and verse 13. But it says, but he that shall endure unto the end, the same shall be saved. Right? That's what we got to understand, man. He that endures unto the end, the same is going to be saved, man. Right? You got to have that faith, man, that Yahawashi is coming back, man. He's coming back for his people, man, who are the Israelites. Right? And we got to keep that faith, right? And we got to ask for mercy and grace in these last days, man. That we can be part of that number, right? So with that, I hope this video has been edifying, right? Peace and blessings to the 12 tribes scattered abroad, right? Double honors to the apostles and elders, right? For the teachings and the edification, right? For feeding the sheep, right? To the 12 tribes scattered abroad, keep striving, strive for the truth, right? Until death, right? Pray, fast for one another, right? Hold fast, stay diligent, right? Because we're living in the last days, man, right? And with that, I want to give a mighty shalom.